3, 2, 1, go. It's thinking. Alrighty, so while we're waiting that, so today we're going to be talking about teeth. Here we go, we are live. All right, welcome everybody. So I record this on Facebook Live via the OBS system that I've got, and I've got my handy dandy microphone here. And all right, let's see what fun we can create today. So let's just wait for a few people to hop on. So today is day 19 of the 30-day video challenge, and today we are asking what possibilities might be hiding in your teeth. So you can actually see here, ooh, I'm off screen a little bit. You can actually see, ooh, there we go. Here, I've got to come over this way a little bit more. Let me bring my microphone. What possibilities you actually see here, I actually have a chart of teeth, and we're actually looking at the upper teeth. And where, oh, here we go. So down here, let me find my little thing. There it is. So we're looking at the upper teeth. And it's really interesting when you're looking at teeth because, oh, hey Troy. Each tooth is related to an organ. So up here are your, oh, okay, each tooth is related to a meridian. So you got small intestine, stomach, large intestine, gallbladder, bladder and kidney, and these are the teeth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teeth. So yes, when you're looking, and it looks like a lot of information on here, and there is, but we're going to go through it so that you can make a better sense of it. So when you're looking at, so I'm actually going to look at the screen. So when you're looking at teeth 1 and 2, you're looking actually at the bladder and the kidney, and you're actually looking at, so this here is going to be the spine and the nerves that are related to those teeth. So it's actually going to be your lumbar and your sacrum and your coccyx and your knee. And then you're actually looking at the joints, the foot, the sacrum, the coccyx, and the knee, and then lower extremities is the muscles. But the actual sensory organs that it's related to is actually, look at this, the frontal sinus. Ta-da! So when you got frontal sinus stuff going on, you actually need to look at that lower back, but then you also need to come and look at the bladder and the kidney as well. And if you're actually looking at the endocrine system, you see here, let me do this, you're looking at the pineal gland, and so basically the pineal gland. So, you know, when you're looking at what possibilities are hiding in your teeth, you're actually asking what possibilities are hiding in my whole body. What else is possible? So when you come over to, where's my mouse? Mouse, come back to me. I can't see my mouse. There you are. So when you come into 2, 3, you're actually looking at the gallbladder and the liver. And so you're actually looking at the pituitary gland, the actual posterior bit of it. When you're looking at the endocrine system, you're actually looking at the thoracic spine, the lower thoracics, 8, 9, and 10. You're actually looking at the foot, the hip, and the knee when you're looking at the joint. So we talked about feet yesterday and the gait reflexes. So go back over that because that talks a lot about organs. What else have we got here? The musculature is the trunk, and you're actually looking at the eye as in the sensory organs. So that's 2, 3, and we're actually looking at the upper, and this is on both sides. So, all right, so tooth number 4, you're actually looking at the large intestine. And here again, the pituitary, but actually add in the thyroid as well. So whenever I've got thyroid people, I always come in and look at tooth 4, 5, and 6. And then I always look at their sinuses as well, because usually sinuses are related in with that thyroid. And I also look at their extremities. Usually thyroid people will have like a wrist, or a shoulder or an elbow. Sometimes it'll be in the feet, but more often I find on women it's up in their upper body. So their hand, their shoulder, or their elbow. Usually with a thyroid person, I go there as well as their sinuses. So let's come over here to 2, 6, and 7. And usually when I've got a thyroid person, there is that digestive stuff going on as well, which kind of makes sense with that large intestine, because the large intestine is all about putting that water in and out of that large intestine so that you can get the stool out. And also too, the large intestine is responsible for the gram-positive bacteria. So that large intestine is very, very important. And so, yes, isn't that interesting? Oh, and the thoracics for, here we go, hang on, I lost my mouse again. You're looking at the cervical, 5, 6, and 7, and then you're also looking at the upper thoracics and then the lower lumbar here. So when you're looking at large intestine, you actually have neck, thoracic, and lumbar that you need to look at. So let's come over here to the number 7 and number 8, number 6 and number 7 tooth, and look at this, stomach. You're looking at stomach. So you got stomach stuff going on, then you need to come up here and you need to look at the parathyroid, the pituitary, and the thyroid, but you got to look at those lower thoracics, T11 and T12, as well as that first lumbar. And basically that's where those ribs come in and join from the thoracic. What do you got? Thoracic and lumbar. Those ribs actually finish at that T12. So that's kind of a huge transition point. And so anyone going through a transition, that area of their spine usually is giving them a little bit of grief, as well as their knees. So, and it can also be their jaw. Let's see, their jaw here, and then their shoulder and hip. So, you know, when people have TMJ stuff going on, I always come in and look at teeth 6 and 7 on the upper, and I also look at the stomach, and then I always look, oh, lost my mouse again, at this thoracic going into the lumbar. So that is tooth 6. Who knew that there were so many possibilities hiding in your teeth? All right, anyone else? Okay, let's see. So here we're on to tooth 8. That's actually your wisdom tooth up here, and that's related to your small intestine. And if you have a look at this, you're actually into the cervicals, the thoracics, and the sacrum. So this is going to be, the sacrum here is going to be the parasympathetic supply of the nervous system, and your cervical and your thoracics are going to be that sympathetic. So the go is the sympathetic and the slow is the parasympathetic. So let's clear all that out. And then you've got to actually come up and look at the shoulder and the elbow, the hand, but then you also got to look at the feet. So, but you also have to look at that, at the sacroiliac joint, which is where that pelvis and that sacrum come together. And then as far as the sense organs, you've got to look at the ear, you got to look at the sinuses. So, you know, this is really interesting. You can tell a lot what's going on with a person when you piece everything together. So how fun is that? So that's just the upper teeth. You ready to look at the lower teeth? Alrighty, let's go look at the lower teeth. Lower teeth, here we go. So lower teeth, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alrighty, so on tooth, let's start with this wisdom tooth back here. Again, small intestine, and you're going to be, it's going to be similar. Except here you're looking at the ear and the eye, and you're looking at the trunk and the arms and the legs. And again, so for the lower teeth, it's going to be very similar to the upper teeth. Let's see here, 7 and 8 is lung. This is probably going to be the big difference, is if you've got lung stuff going on, you've got to look at the lower teeth. See here, lung right here. Because usually when I find lung involved, see this ileocecal region? That's the ileocecal valve where the small intestine and the large intestine come together, and that food passes from the waste passes from that small intestine into the large intestine. And if that's not opening and closing properly, you can have a lot of problems, and it'll show up in the lungs, for me anyway. And also the I lost my mouse again. Gonna have to find a better way to do this. All right, here, pineal gland. So the brain is involved, but look at this. You've got cervical, thoracic, and then you've got lumbar all involved when you're dealing with the lung as well. So, you know, you can tell a lot from your teeth by what's going on in your body. So you just get this out, have a look at it. Now, if you take this to your dentist, I don't suggest you do that unless they're holistic dentist. If they're holistic dentist, they'll look at this and go, yep, know what's going on. You take it to any other dentist, probably not so much. So just for me, just for fun. Never tell anyone unless it's a holistic dentist. Let's just get that clear. All right. This is actually interesting. When you're looking at the lungs and the large intestine, come down here, you're actually looking at the ethmoid cells. So what possibilities do you have hiding in your ethmoid cells? Alrighty, let's see where we're going. Over here to where are we going? Teeth 4 and 5, the stomach. Again, look, pylorus here. So when you're looking at acid reflux, when you're looking at anything to do with ulcers, you need to go and have a look. Again, look at this. This is this thoracic T11, 12, L1 area. So transitions, anything changing in their life and they're not coping with it, you'll definitely find that thoracic to lumbar transition will be very, very sore, and you'll probably also find that they have some knee stuff, some jaw stuff going on, and you also need to look at their sinuses as well. So maxillary sinuses are right in here, and usually they'll be actually really, really tender because these sinuses are a little bit funny. They actually, so there's your sinus, the actual drain is up the top. So that's why it's very hard when these fill up. They don't like to drain because the drain is at the top, which is why when you turn yourself upside down, you'll get that maxillary sinus to drain. So look at this. All right, so let's head over to tooth number 3, gallbladder, liver. You're looking at the thoracics. You're looking at the knee, the hip, and the foot, and you're actually looking at the eye. So if you've got eye stuff going on, you need to get in there and clear out your gallbladder and your liver. There's cleansers out there that you can do. To be honest, just some lemon juice is in some water is easy. So I just dilute it so that it doesn't upset everything. But get in there and get yourself clean. Do a detox, just gentle, and you'll find that a lot of stuff will clear up. All right, over here onto bladder, which is tooth 1 and 2. So adrenals, adrenal glands, big when you're looking at the bladder. And that is stress every single time. But when I'm looking at adrenals, I go higher to the hypothalamus because that controls everything. But look at this. This is actually your lumbar, L2, 3, and then you've got your sacrum, but then you've also got your coccyx. That coccyx, which sits right on the bottom of that sacrum, that's a tough mother. I tell you what, that's a bitch of a joint in there. That coccyx can create more problems in your body than you can shake a stick at. So you need to make sure that that coccyx and that sacrum and that lumbar is well aligned so that you can be healthy. And again, look, you're looking at the knee, the sacrum, the coccyx. You're looking at the legs. So you got any leg stuff going on, you got to come up and look at the bladder, which makes sense because what does the bladder and the kidneys do? The kidneys filter your blood and your lymph to keep you clean. They balance all your minerals out, and if that's not working, that puts pressure on the heart, which puts pressure through the whole system. So circulation always comes back to kidneys. So, and then you're looking at the frontal sinuses, which is right here. So frontal sinuses. So people get headaches up here on frontal sinus. I always go to bladder. So your teeth can be hiding quite a lot of possibilities. So this just gives you a rough rundown, on what to look for. So, when you look over here, you've got your sensor, you've got your organs, the muscles, the joints, the spinal segments, the actual spine, which is the nerve. They should write nerve there, really. The endocrine glands, which is your hormones. Don't worry about that. That's a little complicated. Hey, Jen, how are you? We're talking about teeth. So make sure you go back and watch the start of this because there's some good stuff in here. And we didn't really get to talk about this. We could probably be here for days talking about this, but this is other relations. So look at this blood pressure when you're looking at the eye and the ear for the small intestine for tooth number 8, which is your wisdom tooth. This gives you the meridian and this gives you your tooth here. So yeah, hopefully you have learned something or gotten some insight, and hopefully this has helped. So that is your lower teeth, as you can see right here, and then you come down here and this is your upper teeth. Alrighty, well, sit with this. I would definitely go through your teeth and find out what possibilities might be hiding in there. It's just a matter of sitting with yourself, going for a walk, going out on the boat, going into the woods, wherever you go, and having a wee little chat with yourself. Alrighty, this has been day 19, and if you're watching this on YouTube, I stream this through Facebook Live, so be sure to go and like it and make a comment for me. That'll move it up the algorithm a little quicker, and we will look forward to seeing you on the next video, day 20. Alright, take care guys, have a good one.